If you're shopping for a heavy-duty truck right now, especially in the Ram 2500 class, slowing things down for a moment could save you from buyer's remorse later. The 2026 model year is shaping up to correct several long-standing frustrations that owners keep mentioning after living with these trucks. Ram is not tearing up the formula or experimenting with risky technology. Instead, the focus is on refining what already works, adding trim levels that finally fill real gaps, and keeping pricing from spiraling out of control. Anyone who has felt trapped between a dull work truck and an overpriced luxury trim will recognize exactly who this truck is being built for. This is about practical changes that line up with how people actually use a heavy-duty pickup. Number 6. An off-road option that finally fits real budgets. Price creep has been a constant problem in the heavy-duty segment. A buyer wants a truck that can handle job sites, rough roads, snow, or the occasional trail, and suddenly the window sticker jumps by thousands just to unlock basic off-road hardware. That problem changes with the 2026 Warlock trim. This is not a cosmetic package meant to look tough in a parking lot. Real hardware sits underneath. Off-road tuned, Bilstein shocks control suspension movement far better than standard units, which means the truck stays composed instead of crashing over bumps. Rough ground feels manageable rather than exhausting. Traction improves immediately thanks to all-terrain tires mounted on 18-inch wheels. Loose gravel, wet grass, mud, and uneven surfaces stop being stressful. Underneath the truck, skid plates shield critical components that can turn a small mistake into an expensive repair. A locking rear differential comes standard, which means power still reaches the wheel with grip when conditions turn ugly. Ram's off-road stability control mode allows more wheel slip before stepping in, which keeps momentum where many trucks simply bog down. Frame-mounted tow hooks stand ready for recovery when things do not go as planned. Dark exterior accents, unique badging, and a more aggressive stance separate the Warlock visually, but the price is what really matters. Instead of forcing buyers into Rebel or Power Wagon territory, Ram delivers meaningful off-road ability at a cost that stays realistic. That shift alone answers a complaint buyers have had for years. Number 5. A simple, good-looking truck without luxury pricing off-road gear is not a priority for everyone. Plenty of buyers just want a heavy-duty truck that looks good, works hard, and does not punish their bank account. That is where the Black Express trim fits. Built on the Tradesman foundation, this trim starts with a proven, work-ready platform. What changes is the appearance. Black exterior accents, dark wheels, and subtle badging give the truck a cohesive look that feels intentional rather than bare. The result looks far more expensive than the price suggests. Inside the cab, durability takes priority. Surfaces are meant to handle daily wear, not careful owners with cleaning kits. At the same time, modern essentials are present where they matter. An 8.4-inch touchscreen manages infotainment duties, smartphone integration works as expected, and the control layout stays simple and easy to use. This trim exists for buyers who need heavy-duty capability but refuse to waste money on features they will never touch. Style, function, and price land in a place that has been missing in this segment. Number 4. Engines with a track record instead of a learning curve. The strongest argument for waiting on the 2026 Ram 2500 sits under the hood. Ram continues with engines that already proved themselves in real-world use. In the heavy-duty world, that history matters more than chasing trends. The 6.4-liter HEMI 5.8 remains the standard gasoline option, delivering 410 horsepower and 429 pound-feet of torque. That power comes without complicated systems that tend to fail as mileage climbs. Simplicity works in favor of long-term ownership. Fewer components mean fewer surprises, easier maintenance, and predictable repairs. Buyers planning to keep a truck for many years tend to value that stability. For drivers who tow frequently or demand maximum pulling power, the 6.7-liter Cummins Diesel continues as a cornerstone. Decades of refinement built its reputation, and with proper maintenance, these engines regularly reach very high mileage while holding their torque output. What separates these powertrains is predictability. Parts availability stays strong, labor procedures are well understood, and mechanics know exactly what they are working on. Ram is not experimenting here, and that restraint builds confidence. Number 3. Towing capacity that feels controlled, not stressful. Big towing numbers look impressive on paper, but confidence behind the wheel matters more. With the gas V8, the 2026 Ram 2500 comfortably handles equipment trailers, campers, and workloads. Step into the Cummins Diesel, and the truck moves into territory that supports supports serious commercial and recreational towing. Payload capacity remains equally capable. Properly equipped trucks carry heavy loads in the bed without feeling unstable. Braking feels controlled, the chassis stays planted, and the transmission makes sensible decisions on grades instead of constantly searching for gears. Anyone who has towed near the limit knows the feeling of a trailer pushing the truck around. The Ram 2500 avoids that sensation. Stability replaces anxiety, which explains why owners trust these trucks year after year. Number 2. Ride quality that does not punish daily driving heavy-duty trucks exists to work, but daily comfort still matters. One of Ram's defining advantages continues into 2026 through its rear suspension design. Instead of relying only on traditional leaf springs, Ram uses a 5-link coil spring setup that dramatically improves ride comfort. Expansion joints, rough pavement, and uneven roads feel controlled rather than jarring. The truck absorbs impacts instead of transferring them straight into the cabin. Optional air suspension builds on this by adjusting ride height and stiffness based on load and driving conditions. Empty highway driving feels calm and composed. Loaded hauling firms the suspension for stability. That balance allows the Ram 2500 to operate as both a serious work truck and a comfortable daily driver without forcing owners to choose one role over the other. Number 1. Pricing that stays grounded. All of these changes would mean little if prices jumped out of reach. For 2026, Ram resists that temptation. Entry-level models remain accessible for buyers who need heavy-duty capability without an extreme upfront cost. The Black Express adds style without a sharp price jump. The Warlock delivers off-road hardware while undercutting traditional adventure trims by thousands. Higher trims still offer luxury and technology, but buyers now have meaningful options before reaching that level. In a market where truck prices climbed rapidly, that restraint matters. Final thoughts. The 2026 Ram 2500 is not about radical reinvention. It is about correcting real frustrations that heavy-duty buyers live with every day. Affordable off-road capability, a clean and budget-friendly styling option, engines with proven longevity, towing that inspires confidence, and ride quality that does not wear you down all come together without a major price shock. Waiting for the 2026 model is not about missing out. It is about choosing a truck that finally feels balanced. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you make a clearer decision.